Have you heard the word triangulation? Triangulation is one of the techniques used in Endgame as well. It is also used to attain opposition. Opposition is the square or squares away between two kings, 1, 3, 5. Opposition is very important in endgame, king, especially king and pawn versus king, because opposition will drive away the opposing king. However, there are times that the opposing king is the one opposing you. In order to change the situation or in order to turn the table, you have to use the triangulation, and after of sequence of move, it is now you opposing the opposing king or your opponent. So meaning triangulation is the sequence of move where you gonna put your opponent's position in a zigzag position or hopeless situation. So if you're ready, let's go and use triangulation here. This is why to move and win. Alright, so let's solve and analyze this position. Just imagine first, before I give you the key move, the c6. Imagine this position, king and pawn versus king without these two pawns on A. This is a book line or principle or theoretically draw. Alright? Good thing though, white has an extra pawn on A. However, black has also a pawn on A. So white has to, number one, attack this one. If given a chance to win without attacking this one, that is pretty cool. Now, what is the key move for or best move for white? Obviously, c6. Black will not go king d8 because black is the one opposing white. As you can see here, black just moved and now it's white's turn, meaning black just opposed the white king. So c6, black will not go here because of the king d6 opposing. It should be the black opposing the white, but after of the bad move, white is now opposing the black king. So black is forced to drive away or move away. And after of c7, king d7, a7, and here don't get too excited. Why? Because if you gotta promote this one to a queen, it's still made. Unfortunately, you just missed the win. You can promote that using the rook. Okay, good job, but queen is better. So if you want a queen, instead of promote it immediately, just move your king and then, alright, congratulations. But black will not go king d8 after the c6. Instead, king to c8. Now, if your idea is to keep pushing your king, well, that's a good one, but you have to go for timing because king d8, c7, and this is the common and famous stalemate position for king and pawn versus king. Now, how about instead of moving king to d6, king to c5, well, king c7 will once again oppose the white king. So white has to move away again. So after of after of c6, king c8, we will now use this triangulation. And this is the perfect timing to use it. First, we will go king to c4, distant opposition. 3 squares away between two kings. 2 square for the king to d8 and c8. Not here because after king c5, this king has to go somewhere, and then of course king b6. That's of course pretty easy win for white. All right, so let's go back. So after of distant opposition, king to c4, let's say king to b8, you will not follow and oppose a black king because you're not dancing here. Instead, after king b8, go by moving king to d4. Triangulation sounds like triangle. Just imagine you are creating small triangle from d5 to c4. Now to d4. Just imagine that formation. Small triangle. Now king c8 and going back to d5. And there is no way for black to escape from the white's opposition because if go here, oppose, if king here oppose, if king to b8, going back to b8, king to d6, once again, this is the position we had earlier. If you want a king, if you want a queen, don't move your pawn immediately to promote the queen because of the stalemate. Move your king first and then get a queen. Let's go back after c6, king to c8. King c4, distant opposition. How about king to d8? Once again, distant opposition and king c8. You will not follow by doing the distant opposition. Instead, king to d5, and same scenario that we have seen earlier. So that is how you win this game. If going here, of course, white will now capture the pawn and easy win for white.